So good morning children, this is 8th Science, chapter number 13, Some Natural Phenomena. So in this chapter children, we are going to learn about charges, that what are the types of charges. Then we are going to learn about how charges can be produced. Then we will talk about transfer of charges, that how we can transfer charge from one body to another. In that we will talk about electroscope and earthing. Then we will talk about the first natural calamity, that is lightning, and the second natural calamity which we are going to learn in this chapter is about earthquake. Under the heading lightning, we are going to learn how lightning is formed, and then we will see what safety measures we need to take during lightning. Right children? And then for earthquake, we are going to see the structure of earth, that how is the structure of the earth, what is the earth made up of, what are the different layers of the earth. Then we will learn about how earthquakes are formed. Then we will see about the effects of earthquake, what harmful effects earthquake can bring. Then we will talk about measuring the intensity of earthquake. And finally, we will learn about the protection, the safety measures to be taken during earthquake, right? So let's start with 13.1 electric charges, which is on page number 211, that is 211. So children, we know that atom, it is made up of protons and neutrons in the nucleus, which are present in the center, right? And around this nucleus in a orbit, this is your orbit, or you can also call it as shell. So in orbit or shell, the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. So atom is made up of protons and neutrons which are present in the nucleus of the atom, and they are present in the center of the atom. And around this nucleus, in the shells and the orbit, we have electrons revolving around the nucleus. Right children? So now here the protons, they are positively charged particles which are present in the nucleus. Now in the nucleus, along with the proton, we know neutron is also present, but neutron does not have any charge, that is zero, right? Now the electrons which are revolving around the nucleus in the orbit, they are negatively charged. So atom is the basic unit of element. So elements are made up of small atoms, right? So this is your all about atom. So we know that there are two types of charges. First is positive charge and other is negative charge. Now any atom that is electrically neutral, मतलब उसका जो charge होता है that is zero. It does not mean it is having no protons and no electrons. ऐसा नहीं है कि उसके पास positive charge भी zero है और negative charge भी zero है. No, it means that if the atom is electrically neutral, the number of protons is equal to number of electrons. So atoms are electrically neutral, which means that the number of protons are equal to the number of electrons. Let's understand this with the next slide, which says that this is your neutral atom. And this is here we are having an example of Na, that is sodium. Now sodium, it contains 11 protons. Over here in the nucleus, you can see the red color protons which are positively charged. And in the orbits, here you can see 11 electrons. So proton positively charged, so proton का charge हो जाएगा +11. Electrons का charge है -11. +11 -11 will cancel and the net charge will be 0. Yes, so here the sodium is electrically neutral because the number of protons are equal to number of electrons. Right children? So let's talk about now this sodium atom, it loses one electron. One electron from the outermost orbit, it leaves and goes away. So it has lost one electron. So now the number of electrons will decrease by 1. Now there are only 10 electrons. Initially there were 11. But after losing one electron, the number of electrons have reduced and number of protons are the same, 11. वो तो 11 ही है because there is no change in the number of protons. So as you can see that the number of protons are greater than the number of electrons. It is positively charged now, है ना? Because it is what? Plus 11 and minus 10. So plus 11 minus 10 will be plus 1. So it is having positive charge. So this is your positive sodium. Right, children? So this is your positive sodium. Similarly, if sodium gains one electron, or here we are having the next example of fluorine, right? Here it is gaining one electron. Fluorine initially had 9 protons and 9 electrons, but it is gaining one more electron. So now the number of electrons are 10 more. So as more electron is negative, negative charge has become more. So it is a negative atom and the number of electrons is more as compared to the number of protons. So from here we can conclude that the electrical charges, they are of two types, positive charge and negative charge. And electrical charge can be created on a body by either gaining electron or by losing electron. So electron, what is the charge of one electron? So children, one electron has a charge of 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Children, minus 19 means what? Means 1.6 upon 10 to the power 19. It means 1.6 upon how many zeros? 19 zeros. So you just see what small charge it is having, and that charge is negative because electrons, we know it is a negative charge particle, right? So it is 0.18 zeros and then you are going to have 16. So very small charge. So this is the minimum charge that exists in the nature. Right, children? And here we can see that coulomb is written. What is this coulomb? So children, when we talk about distance, you say that, ma'am, the distance of my house from school is 5 kilometers. So when you say kilometer we know that is a unit to measure distance. Similarly, when we talk about speed, when I ask you what was your speed when you came to school, you will say, ma'am, my speed was 5 kilometer per hour. So what is this kilometer per hour? That is the unit which we are going to use to measure that quantity. So similarly, to measure charge also we require one unit, and that unit is coulomb. And this unit is known as the unit of charge, the SI unit of charge. What is SI? SI is System International. Internationally in the whole world, the unit for charge has been accepted as coulomb, and coulomb is based on the name of the scientist. So you should remember the unit, the SI unit of charge is coulomb. Okay. Your next topic is, children, 13.1.1, which is on page number 212. And the topic is regarding charging a body. Means how can you charge a body? So for this, children, a very beautiful activity is given to you. And this is your homework. We will discuss this answer to this activity in the next class. Let me just explain you the activity. The activity says that you are going to take a balloon, eraser, plastic scale, ebonite rod, glass rod and metal rod. And then what you're going to do, you are going to rub them with different material. Here the material are given. So what you're going to do, you're going to rub the balloon with your dry hair. You're going to rub the eraser with your sweater. You're going to rub the plastic scale with your sweater or dry hair. So you're going to rub them, and then you will see that do they attract small pieces of paper? And finally we will the answer, then what will be the charge? If they attract, they will be charged. If they do not attract, they will be neutral. So this is your today's homework. We will discuss the answer to this activity in the upcoming class. Till then, thank you, beta.